We're back. So
Well, that's a very blunt.
let's see. Can continue the game hopefully. So if anybody who's not seen the first episode that we did, not for broadcast, you're basically the janitor and you're coming in to clean. The guy who's normally doing the broadcast is AFK, and he just hands over the keys to the whole station to you and tells you how to do stuff. Meanwhile, the advanced party has taken over the government, and I am confused what I was supposed to do now. Hopefully I've already... Oh, I've done nothing. So I need to queue up the... Oh, and the signal is fucking up. It looks okay. Oh, wait, it's not the signal. It's the... Oh, fuck, I've done nothing. I've turned nothing on.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week.
What is this?
A statement from team headquarters a short time ago. Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
Oh, that is... yeah.
The World Council should make no mistake.
Sorry, I had to get my bearings here for a minute.
Seeks to enforce are an act of war and will be treated as such. Any incursion, however slight, into our territory will be met with swift and deadly force. You have been warned.
Beer in the headlights. Burgeoning brewmeister Johnny Hamsleeves has today launched a new marketing campaign to revitalise the image of his unpopular Headbutt Ale. Adamant that his craft brew could be a commercial success if only he could get in front of the right audience, Johnny's gone to surprising lengths in his latest PR stunt. In a move he's calling groundbreaking and his accountants are calling irresponsible, Johnny has launched 1,000 bottles of beer into the stratosphere, where they've now settled into geostationary orbit. He's hailing it as a landmark achievement, while scientists are condemning his cosmic flight tipping. In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive.
And I hope I'm good with the
as unique prizes worth more than money
commercials.
Take up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have.
Oh shit.
Rundin's Fist announced that excavations are to be discontinued.
That was quick. Normally it doesn't trip that fast.
Speaking from her divorce lawyer's parking lot, pitiful CEO Sophia Rillington admitted the attempt to dig through the earth was short-sighted and ambitious, and unveiled the future of the abandoned hole. Sophia hailed the planned underground amusement park as a visionary design. According to a spokesman, it's just like a regular theme park, but damper and more susceptible to cave-ins. Leaders shipping out. The trapped scientists undertaking a bold escape.
Thanks, he knows I'll fix it in a minute.
Have revealed which of their two erstwhile leaders will spearhead their journey to freedom. While throughout their careers it's been clear that Doctors Wong and Swartzborg and Horgensford have worked best together, it seems one of them is now going to be taking a back seat. Dr. Wong has always been the riskier of the pair, willing to push further and faster in the name of progress. We all remember his now infamous exploding chimp trial. Let's hope that getting the team home sooner doesn't mean they cut too many corners. Life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activist group Disrupt caused chaos in Parliament Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protests, resulting in multiple arrests and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance have yet to comment. As grassroots support for the movement grows rapidly, especially in those areas Advance have not yet been able to fully regenerate, people across the country are starting to fear a return to the bad old days of inequality, division, and multiple television shows about buying houses. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News. And after that,
Uh-oh. Oh man, this breaker trips way too fast.
but first tonight, our team of correspondents.
Yeah, I think this is game over already. Alright, well it gives me a little bit of time to fix the category of the game. So that would be not for broadcast and no longer a co-stream, but it's our first playthrough. There, now it should be updated. Looking better now? Yeah. Alright, so let's retry it. Okay, so we first need to get some commercials in. Really? Wasn't pointing at the right one. Okay. And I don't have everything on.
Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
The World Council should make no mistake. This blockade and the illegal sanctions it seeks to enforce are an act of war and will be treated as such. Any incursion, however slight, into our territory will be met with swift and deadly force. You have been warned.
Beer in the headlights. Burgeoning brewmeister Johnny Hamsleeves has today launched a new marketing campaign to revitalise the image of his unpopular Headbutt Ale. Adamant that his craft brew could be a commercial success if only he could get in front of the right audience, Johnny's gone to surprising lengths in his...
Project Dog, it should be okay now.
In a move he's
It's showing up as not for broadcast. Well, thanks for the heads up.
Johnny has launched 1,000 bottles of beer into the stratosphere, where they've now settled into geostationary orbit. He's hailing it as a landmark achievement, while scientists are condemning his cosmic fly tipping. In it to win it, exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, And if its lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Glory Hole? Due to the overwhelming public disapproval of their controversial moves, Remington's Fist announced that excavations are to be discontinued and the unfinished tunnel repurposed. Speaking from her divorce lawyer's parking lot,
Let's try this one.
pitiful CEO Sophia
We've seen the other one a couple of times
admitted
now.
the attempt to dig through the earth was short-sighted and ambitious, and unveiled the future of the abandoned hole. Sophia claims the low-cost subterranean housing project will be a triumph for low-income families and promises affordable, attractive accommodation only a few miles below sea level. Leaders shipping out.
What could be
The
wrong?
trapped scientists undertaking a bold escape from Dante's taint have revealed which of their two erstwhile leaders will spearhead.
Is it
their
showing up
project.
okay, by the way, now,
All throughout
the
their careers,
game
it's been
title?
clear that Doctors Wong and Swartzborg and Horgensford have worked best together. It seems one of them is now going to be taking a back seat. Dr. Wong has always been the riskier of the pair, willing to push further and faster in the name of progress. We all remember his now infamous exploding chimp trial. Let's hope that getting the team home sooner doesn't mean they cut too many corners. Life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activists
thanks, guys.
caused chaos in Parliament Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protests.
Let's try the
resulting in
fireworks
multiple
or
arrests
whatever it
and
is.
the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance have yet to comment. The reckless fire will certainly be remembered by all those who have seen these striking images. As their actions escalate, people across the country are asking themselves, who are Disrupt? And what exactly do they want? Other than a new box of matches, of course. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's
Oh, we need to
Feline
switch
Football
over to the...
Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Adjusting the signal. Oh, crap, 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 crap. Come on. You're on the top one, aren't you?
But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched to every nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
Close enough.
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns of the University of Princeton. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
And you're part of a team carrying out a study into just what's causing this unbelievable heat, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh,
Hopefully
very much so.
everything
I
will
can say
stay
without any
steady
hesitation,
for a
there's
little bit
really
now.
no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
So tell us about this experiment.
I think she's gonna
we take
cuss or
data from
something.
Weather stations from all over the world, along with atmospheric samples, and we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer, and very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just say, none of this would be
So
possible
far, so good.
without the generous support of Remington's Fist. This is all thanks to their unrivaled
Come on,
investment in
just
our people.
go to the
May I
fucking
just
top.
say, complimentary personal anecdote. Oh, here we go. And, as expected, everything is absolutely fucked.
Fucked?
Hang on. This can't be right.
Right, but obviously you said a second ago that everything is absolutely fine, so...
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Yeah? We need to evolve gills within 40 years. Here it just says, shit.
Look at you! This is meant to be a celebration. Can't go around looking like that.
Shit,
There you go,
shit,
much
shit.
better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is
It's
running
running out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
Abandon hope, return to the
I
forest.
enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate. The sea will
Grab,
reclaim us all.
come on, get up, get up, get up.
Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news. Next, heads over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe, a janitor at the local school, and Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
No, it's going down, going down, going down. Don't mess around with the signal itself.
Yeah, good.
Now we have to mess with the signal.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds so
Good enough.
convenient. But we're all dying to know, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the capital's top restaurants.
Ooh, swanky.
And I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the gutter in.
That's absolutely terrific. You must both be over the moon.
I've written a poem about it.
Oh no,
So,
not a
can
poem.
you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater, probably one of the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds.
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh,
Oh god, he's got a collection.
how unexpected.
I don't polish turds. I write poetry.
Potato, potato. So Gary,
Do you think Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe?
there's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Or would you like to hear one?
No, thank
No,
you.
no, we're good.
Gary, when you signed up for team membership, was it in hopes of winning the lottery, or were there other reasons?
I like a flutter, of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
And it's still running,
I
signal is
have an
fine.
unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
No.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Nope. Oh no, it's going up, it's going up. Fuck.
It's coming.
Now it's adjusting the signal.
It's inspiration.
Good
and
enough.
It's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show, there's no
we go.
news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Yeah, this bigger is my favourite. See how it's fibrous, really lovely texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
Well, if it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at all blue eyes here.
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are. And finally in this segment, it's over to Patrick Bannon, who's gone to the smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which was recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something else. Barry Lardons, mate, you've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. You can tell that, look at him, proud as punch. Do you know what
Good.
it's like,
That went
son,
well.
being the second smelliest town? No, I don't. Living in the shadow of Arseminster. I smoke butts. But who's laughing now, eh?
What, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Willington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built Flard factory.
Yeah,
Flard?
they gave us this big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
Does stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were very impressed.
So, what's
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk are saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but I think it's probably the fume valves on the high street.
On the high street. Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. Then folk experience a lot of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
A next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off.
Ooh.
You know what? I'll even let you touch me if you want.
No. Let's just. Can we end this?
Feel the button. Oh man.
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nana Dottie? Was that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
Oh, don't worry, folks. Once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink.
Crap. Come on. Put this down. Flip the breaker.
You need to
Put this back on.
stand back.
When we come back, I'll be talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Well, that was stupid, even for you.
I don't care. It's done. I am done. It's 200 fucking degrees in here, and I can't do this anymore.
You say this every Friday.
I've done something.
What do you mean? Jeremy?
My mind.
Holy crap, what happened? Segment grade E. Oh, cool.
You can expect the government to request some censoring during the next section. Obviously, we can't force you to do it, but it would make me and the powers that be very happy if you just comply.
That's what I'm talking about? Cat football? We should be doing an interview with the War Minister, or a report from Grantham Downs. Even the weather will be more fucking relevant than this.
Jeremy, please, just breathe. It's just something light to keep people's minds off things.
Exactly, which is wrong. People's minds should be very much on
I'm not going to make it through this segment.
so fucking hot.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can.
I can't do this anymore, Jenny. I've had enough. That's it. This is just
10 seconds. Get over yourself, Jeremy. Why don't you stop feeling sorry for yourself for 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the territory's first club football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. So I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological fourboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting.
Ooh. Oh, that's bad.
I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that?
Not according to my therapist.
Oh, fuck.
In that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to stop answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
People tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Huh. Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you?
Oops. Missed that one.
Very odd. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies.
Oh, Mr. Cunt. God damn it.
And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Wow, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on!
This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin, a ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Enough! That's enough! Enough! What are you
Oh my god, he's got a gun.
Alex, don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. You in the broadcast centre. Bozeman's little scapegoat. You listen to me. You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been
This is taking an unexpected turn.
Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brink of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years.
We're getting some high numbers here.
He's at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go, before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Now. Good. Yes. Now. Good. Yes. You in the broadcast centre. Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention. Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really. Look to your right. There is a VHS tape, and I want you to load it into one of the machines, and when I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
All upstairs appreciate there may be lives at stake.
Oh shit, come here.
Official policy of this channel is that we do not negotiate with terrorists.
No, we're not negotiating, we're just doing it.
It's either one-sided, or for now, we're going to show the other side for it. For a bit of fucking balance, like the good old days. Alex, play the fucking tape. Now, I don't want to hurt any of you.
Alright, now I'm curious what's gonna happen.
I don't like. I will not hesitate to start.
Oh, Alex, you're going to get me in trouble with that. Let's hope you made the right call.
I imagine the ratings are going to be through the roof.
We got a B.
We are the resistance. It's time you knew the truth. You know advance are lying to you. You know the elderly are not a burden. You know the rich were not all evil. And you know know the team membership card is an ID card, no matter what they try to tell you. But why should you trust us? Another faceless organization. A shadowy figure with a distorted voice. You've seen it so many times in the movies. Well, this is not a movie.
He's revealing himself. Wait a minute.
My name is Alan James. I used to try and shock people for a living, for entertainment. But now we live in a time where perhaps you need to be shocked. Perhaps we need to wake up. Advance are coming for our freedoms. They are coming for the fruits of our labours. They will take our wealth. They will euthanize our parents and smiling throughout. They will turn our children against us if we voice our concerns.
How
We
long?
don't have to accept it.
Jeremy, please.
How
Many people already
long?
won't.
17
We can
seconds.
resist.
And the
You
studio
can
doors are all
disrupt.
still locked?
Find us.
Yes.
Talk with us. Join us.
So what now?
It isn't hard.
I don't know.
We're everywhere.
This wasn't what I planned. I mean, some of it was. I had a speech, look. But this was unexpected. This was unexpected.
So what now, Jeremy? So what now, Jeremy?
It was supposed to be your day off. It was supposed to be your day off.
Please, don't do any more stupid things today. Please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long, Jenny? How
You're
long?
already live. You're already live.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Welcome back to the Joining me, unexpectedly, for I very much imagine will be my last broadcast, are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And next to her is, what's your name?
Andy.
What's your name?
Andy.
Andy's a policeman. Only we don't call him that anymore. He's a community cohesion official.
Officer.
Sorry.
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems. The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later. Jenny?
I don't want to be on the news, Jeremy.
You are the news now, baby.
That's perfectly understandable. We'd want to do this. Jenny. Why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Yes, but why specifically this program? The National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted.
Was?
Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
There's a great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that hood came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No. I didn't know. The people I met were with... He wasn't there. I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry. But seriously. Alan. Fucking James. You're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy, but...
He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country.
That right?
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something deeply wrong. And you know it, Jenny. And you know it, Andy. And you at home, you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff. I mean, it's not sophisticated, but what a metaphor. We are sleepwalking our way into oppression, and the news isn't saying anything. We're not saying anything.
Says who? Alan fucking James.
What are all those scientists working on at Grantham Downs? What are they testing underground at Altergrave? Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these? Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you.
Oh no. Is he going to shoot him?
You read these cards with my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
What? I don't
Do you want my help,
Yes,
Andy?
yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat it?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop. They will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that.
Of course. You're right. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. You can put the card down now, Andy.
What are you going to do with the gun, Jeremy?
You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. We're nearly done. All cameras on me. This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month? A record high. Again, if you care.
We're going to get so much trouble with the
How
government.
they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have? Why aren't we asking these questions instead of whose shit is this? There's a cat backstage dressed as a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves. Anyway, that's why I arranged for you to see that broadcast from the last break. I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ is also fucking pointless.
Crap, missed that one.
I was going to quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried. I loved the news. And now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you.
Oh, he is going to shoot himself
This just
on
isn't
national
news anymore.
TV.
And I'm sorry. I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Please, we can't
All
show
of
this. Cut to the ads. Please, we can't show this.
My name's Jenny.
Now!
No.
Do it now!
No.
If you can. Somehow. I envy you. Have a peaceful night.
Jeremy!
Now we can cut to commercials. A+. Look at that. Woo! Well, now we know what people want to see on the news. And a new challenge is unlocked. Yeah, so that first segment was crap. We had to spend too much time getting the Donaldson situation has been resolved. All offensive words were centered, yeah. An exceedingly poor edit. Oh, really? Well, sloppily timed commercial break. I was busy fixing stuff. Advanced, angered by content because we didn't bleep it out. Valves proved problematic. Okay. Broadcast poor. Shares, nothing. Oh. I'm not quite sure. This is... Oh yeah, this is the different... this is advanced. Probably don't do well with them. Channel 1 is heartbroken, and the revolution is positive for us, I guess. Let's see if we... there's the heat wave. So the first part was really bad, apparently. I wonder what I did wrong there. I probably should look at the broadcast instead of the rushes, because the rushes just
All
show you...
this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News. And after that, I'll be asking my own thumb what it thinks about the financial situation, as well as what 3 members of the general public think about how a nuclear reactor might work.
Could you be a little more dismissive in your delivery? I think there's a viewer out there somewhere who missed it.
Viewers? We still have some of those, do we?
Oh yeah, we have some high ratings this time.
Jeremy, get it together. Don't give Bozeman any more ammunition.
Oh, no, thank you.
Coming back from the titles, quiet in the studio.
I really best not.
Flips on the beach?
Not my type. Oh. Go on then.
Oh god.
But just the one. I am supposed to be working.
First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking.
Are you fucking kidding me? She's on a beach with a fucking cocktail with what looks suspiciously like actual news.
Would you rather she was here with you? Because that's been going so well recently.
No, I don't want that either. What I want is, well, never mind. Right now, I'd happily settle for a desk fan.
Bozeman will never approve it.
Do you know they have dinner together?
Who?
Bozeman and Megan, and Bozeman's wife, who is lovely, apparently. Who would have thought it? Bozeman managed to persuade some poor...
Nice to see the behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on.
And I have met Bozeman's wife, and she is lovely, actually.
What do you mean you've met Bozeman's wife? How come you've met her? I don't even know she exists.
Because in the 8 years I've worked with you, I've never seen you attend a single workplace social event.
I hate them, they're agonising.
Yes.
I know people like that.
The horror of spending an evening with your colleagues.
I don't want to spend an evening with that fucking rapper.
Do you remember when you used to be fun?
Yes, it was about the last time we did the actual news, wasn't it? Before your lot turned into this shit.
I'm sorry. My lot?
Well, it's not my fault, is it? Why are you even here today? I mean, it's supposed to be your day off.
I am not talking to you.
I think it doesn't matter, girl. I mean, he's going to be shiny anyway because of the sweat that's pouring off his face.
That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope.
Go!
Jeremy's a little
Is
on
this
edge.
okay? Let me cleanest overalls.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be.
I've actually been writing about the moment we'd finally meet Robin. It's in iambic pentameter.
Intending to do some actual news. Next, heads over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe.
Has anyone seen Jenny? 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 Can I get a refill, please? I know you can hear me. Don't you walk away from me.
There's some tension with Jenny.
Jenny!
So they basically have the broadcast signal in the studio as well, so they can monitor what's going on apparently. Because you can hear the sound that's being played back. It's probably when their mics are on, it's filtered out, but.
Makeup! Makeup! No, not that. Look, I know it's not your job, but can I get a refill, please? Look, I know it's not your job, and I don't want to come over entitled like a certain co-host of mine, but my throat is dry, and I have to be sat here until the inevitable clusterfuck of an interview that is this, Gary the Shit Collector, comes to an end. So if you wouldn't mind, please. Well, go on then.
This is great stuff. They did a good job with the scenes, even if they're not being broadcast. I think this is a really good game. I hear about Gary's third collection. Yeah. I wonder if she's going to bring him his water. I didn't pay attention to it because I was paying attention to what's going on in the main screen. Can you imagine how bad the turds smell in the heat and everything? I would not want to do that job.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are.
That was disgusting. Go, just get out of here. Go.
Sorry, I might have held it away, all right.
No, not you.
Yes,
you. Get out of my face.
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello. This one's called A Study in Corn.
My God, have you finally found someone in a worse situation than you?
I'm picking up that you might be somewhat annoyed with me.
For your information, Jeremy, me and my lot aren't the reason there's no real news left. I put plenty of ideas forward, but they always get squashed up the chain.
Fucking Bozeman.
No, not Bozeman, further up.
Oh, tell me more.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, Patrick, who's not looking presentable now, eh? Fucking arsehole.
Wake up again.
Got a fucking tile.
Well, he's not sitting in an air-conditioned room, which the studio, I assume, is air-conditioned, even though it's hotter than balls.
That's enough now. Have you noticed what's happening to him out there?
He's getting affected by the disease or something, yeah.
He's just called the guest a stinking old tramp. Are we really going to let this continue? Oh, Patrick, why?
Oh, now he's dancing. Oh, these
No,
rushes
you
are actually a
shouldn't.
good idea. I mean, it doesn't teach us a whole lot about the game, but it
Taking
does.
his shirt off on national news. Shouldn't we cut away?
It does show us a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes. I can just imagine that an actual newsroom has had to go through this. So, Boiling Point, that was the interview with the three guests that have the problems. Sequence 3 is where he actually takes over the studio. So, this was the
He's
thing.
passed out. He's actually unconscious. Are we going to come back
He'll
now?
be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels.
Apparently.
Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy. Right
Thanks,
now,
Baron.
You
Well,
need to stand back. No, way back. The first few expulsions are devastating.
Is he all right?
Ah, you've started now. Right, you might take yourself a seat before it gets messy.
The cameraman actually gets affected.
I don't care. It's done. I am done. It's 200 fucking degrees in here, and I can't do this anymore.
You say this every Friday.
I've done something.
What do you mean? Jeremy?
Oh, that's the tape. Okay.
My mic is still
All right. So, do we want to do the adverts, or I didn't really pay attention to the adverts. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see what the rest of the story brings us. So this whole thing comes in a episodic format, so they're still bringing out new episodes that are included with the game. So, okay. I was going to say, we're in 296. You wake up still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night, what you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room waiting for you. I hope they didn't watch it. Sam swallows, hesitating before starting. We were so worried about you last night after Jeremy with the gun. Sam chokes around a sob. It was awful on national television. How could he do that? And now, after a horrible pause, Sam finally asks, "Are you okay, honey?" "Yeah, I'll be fine." Sam glanced at Charlie and then back to you. "We saw that you choose to play that tape. And couldn't help but wonder why. Say I didn't feel I have a choice." "What? That's not good enough. Disrupt our bad people. I can't believe you did that." Charlie's outburst. Oh, because Charlie was with the Hitler Jugend. Sorry, the advanced, whatever, child sitting services. "No one knows, but do you ever think how this stuff affects people? You're a fucking idiot." "Oh, nice." Sam tries to interject Charlie, but he's already slammed the door. Charlie always was a bit black and white about this sort of thing. "For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in a possible situation. Somehow you managed to make the right call." Sam throws her arms around you. "Only you were stuck in that studio having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you." Never been so grateful that Sam supports you. Take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's all a lot to take in. Not sure if you fully processed what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it all. You sigh and absent-mindedly turn on the TV. It's nice. You've at least got some company. The TV is playing through some old Western show, but it's not quite as distracting as you'd hoped. You were never going to please everyone. No, probably not. I wonder if we had played that other tape, would Jeremy have shot the guests? Oh, that's 70 days. That's almost 3 months. Just finishing our breakfast, Sam comes in with the post. "Oh, we got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip." She reads it aloud as she finishes getting ready for work. "So I've seen what it feels like most of Kyrgyzstan. Really cool place, but so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift. And before you say anything, yes, you were right to make me pack the extra pair of socks." Sam gives you a small kick under the table. Next, we got the train to Konislava, much warmer and loads of beaches to enjoy. I could have stayed here forever, but had to head to San Palmarino before it got too cold, and I'm so glad we did. We probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas, I promise. Hope everyone is doing well. Love, Susie. Sounds like it's been a hell of a trip, worth every penny. Yeah, how long has he been gone? Because this is a whole year now since the election. How are things at home? Well, my daughter is making a world trip. My son has joined a bad situation, bad organization. The 20-week war? Ooh.
Alex, Bozeman, your boss. We're expecting deplorables from Disrupt to hack the signal tonight. Perhaps you could leave your personal beliefs at home and try not to let them ruin the broadcast. Even if you don't care for the government, I assume you understand you have a vested interest in us staying on the air. Stay out of the orange.
Stay out of the orange, okay.
So, Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
Well, what does that mean?
It means to do that thing you do where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war or politics in general. Really.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
What is that? That's a new button. What are these things? That's new too.
Apparently, there's a crew at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the late news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Sometimes you sound just like him, you know.
How are you?
Brave young lady's battles to survive the cruel administrations of our neighbours.
It is what it is.
11:25, it's incisors.
It is what it
tonight, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey
I'm
will be
missing
getting his
two,
teeth into Fiona from Hamble Bandlebury, who is
10 seconds, everybody.
on the Humble Basket. And that takes us after the weather and public information.
Going in
film
5,
to our close down.
4,
But first
3.
tonight, it's time to join Megan and the team for the National Night.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News.
3 and
I'm Megan.
4.
It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will, tragically, only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food programme moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. However, with a reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow
7
those
days
with
to die?
long-term health
Isn't that a
conditions
game?
to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations
Oh,
calling
man,
for it
that
to be
is
opened up to the
bad.
wider community. With dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While applications are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from Advance. Street Fighting Man. Spokesman Alan James today announced that Disrupt were responsible for the 2 explosions which rocked the capital's warehouse district last night. Julia Salisbury condemned the attack on what she described as vital medical supplies.
We're going to support Advance a little bit.
Mr. James commented, Disrupt are strong and our numbers are growing. Advance fear us, and they should, because we're holding the line for freedom.
Are these sound effects?
And finally, absent friends. Sad news today as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical Disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks ago in an incident which ultimately cost him his life. Disrupt spokesman Alan James, whose organisation last week named Mr. Donaldson as the cause's first martyr, described the graffiti as a fitting tribute to a hero of the resistance. But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week,
and people hurting up and down the country, I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in Lancashire. That's coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Boom. Oh shit, the signal. It's going up. It's going up. Oh shit, where's the button? There it is.
In part 2, I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later we've got a new feature that's sure to keep you coming back for more. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's speaking to us from his home in Lancashire. Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising?
Have we started? Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym or anything. As my old man used to say, just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car.
Language, Prime Minister. Language, Prime Minister.
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shitter. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what brought about this new year?
Oh,
Well, you know,
crap,
Mrs.
what?
C and I were watching, you know, the night the blockade began. When Jeremy Donaldson. Well, you know, and it was blistering hot, as I'm sure you all remember. And I were a bit wheezy from all the cigars and all that. And Mrs. C turns to me after the signal dropped away, and she was in floods of tears. And she says, Peter. She says,
Other way, other way, other way. Flat, keep it flat.
So I made a decision. And since that day, I have stopped smoking cigars. Except for Christmas. My birthday. Weddings. State dinners. As well as that, I got this useless Rudy backwards doesn't go anywhere. And apparently I'm going on a walking holiday this Christmas, and that should finish me off for bloody good.
Did you make the decision to holiday within the country this winter because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, Mrs. C has never liked travelling at the best of times. These are certainly not the best of times.
Is it changing again?
There's a lot of red tape involved in leaving the territories at the moment, as I'm sure you're
Yes, yes, other way, other way, other way, I know.
Oh, there's a bastard long. What? All in it together. Oh, yeah. Also, it doesn't seem very advanced to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
Yeah, Julia Salisbury announced today that she'll be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break. Is that really an example of team spirit?
What? Did you know about this, Gail?
No one tells me anything, Peter. You should know that.
What did you know?
Well, leaving that for a moment, it says on this card that a body like yours must take some planning to achieve. What's your morning routine?
Well, I have a frigid morning routine.
Rigid. It's rigid for fuck's sake!
Oh, yeah. A rigid and demanding plan that my doctor and personal trainer...
Who's your personal trainer?
Some prick called Clark. Is that on your card?
I thought you might wonder. Prime Minister, speaking of planning, with the blockade in its 20th week and the people of this country reeling from its effects, what plans do you have to get us out of this mess?
Well, that's a very blunt question, Miss
Surely
Wolf.
one for which you, the democratically elected Prime Minister, must have an answer.
Don't you get smart with me, Pat. I was a fucking national treasure before you were a twinkle in the milkman's scrotum. You want to talk about plans? Let me tell you about plans. That's all we do. Fucking plans and revised plans, and then meetings to discuss the implementation of plans and plans and yet more planning for fucking plans and yet more fucking plans.
Well, that's good. That's good to know, Prime
Do you
Minister.
know, I used to really...
Shit.
That's the fresh air. But I've been watching you, and you know what? You get more like him every day.
I I will take that as a compliment. Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader Julia Salisbury is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
Yes. Well, I imagine that there
Sorry,
will be
you
the
imagine?
usual. No, what I mean is.
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorize each other's bloody diaries either. As my old mum used to say, if you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pew. What else have you got?
Sorry?
Only cards, what else? A little piece of my life, children, what's the through? Get out, reform my life. Get out, reform my life. Come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is. And do you think the C stands for?
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Yeah, that does make more sense, actually.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want for nothing.
Except for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's time for the Culture Spot with Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that. We'll be back after this. 1 minute back, everybody.
What happens when you want to make up? I don't think you knew about her statement. I don't think anyone's supposed to know. When you mentioned it, Bozeman's face turned a colour that I think you call...
Doing well so far.
I'm in trouble.
I think we could have done a couple of more scene changes and a little bit better.
Who's Lil C? Who's Lil C?
Are you winding me up?
What uncivilized? I read books.
Yeah, I didn't expect a whole lot more than an E actually. Just the cuts between the different scenes.
You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
Okay. We're turning into a comedy show. The commercial is just bull.
I've never heard of her before.
Oh, she's big, really big.
Really? Is she any good?
Nah, of course not. She's dog shit. My kids go mad for her absolutely mad.
Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
Yeah, I've got about 6 or 7, I think.
What?
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C! May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
So much to pay attention to.
It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water, then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know.
Oh my God, is this Miley Cyrus?
Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am.
Thought it was about?
Actually, it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again?
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one?
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry.
Oh shit.
And it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops. And it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh, there she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough and I hate it sometimes and I hate myself. I just want to like...
Oh God, this is difficult. Trying to look out the corner of your eye what's going on the main screen.
Anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this, though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between like my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things could have been different. You know, like better. I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I press record on my cassette, but then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough, and sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, make Quagler proud and you might just survive childbirth.
What?
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing a song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it,
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. You know what, it's actually alright. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then, well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here's Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
It's the Force's favorite, the queen of teams, here to break in your blockades, Lil C.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing, only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me, no dirty foreign member. Don't stop your morning drill, there's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, but I come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and die at team. So what a beat at Clemens boys can call action. So come and break my sanctions. I've been this wild and free since Mama burdened me. She was
Where's my leave me late? There she is.
to save her family. But there's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, this pain is gonna bring you home.
This is really hard because we're supposed to go.
Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So what if Peter Clemens poison come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and done from there? I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
I'm not quite sure what is.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Phil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
Oh fuck! Commercial.
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Oh, good.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours.
As we have the pineapple
I
commercial.
manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain respect. You know what it's like.
Oh right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jean Short?
Oh, my dad. Such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together.
Wow.
And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. If they say for your pressure, I'm going to start eating it.
Yeah, the D is probably because of the music video.
Well, the fact is, Jen, there weren't enough flowers in my dressing room.
They were exactly 12, as it said in your wrap.
Do I look like the sort of person who counts things? No, 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 not anymore. I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
What are we doing? I didn't pay attention to our setup here, actually. I'll start out with her.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys!
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePoon now. How do you like that?
Yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
And how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife. Your wife.
Oh, God, no. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Well, I received a telephone call.
Too long a
offering
one shot.
25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Why would they be laughing here? It hasn't started yet. That's much better. Keep going like that and you'll do fine.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm. Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her.
Stuck in there.
Was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
Oh, no. It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
Brad dudes.
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What did you say? Tutoring?
That's right. Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
So you, a young person,
This is a clusterfuck.
time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalised my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray.
I don't think he can.
Oh, what the heck?
What the hell? Are we having an earthquake? Oh, the power is off. Oh shit.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news.
What is the breaking news?
I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be
What?
what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are
Genocidal?
immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
Really?
But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices. You will not find them, though no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours.
I doubt that.
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David.
Uh-oh. Revelation time.
And right now I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San
Oh
Camino,
shit.
or
The yeah.
which is where David was when I last spoke to him.
Uh-huh. Didn't we have a daughter that was coming home for Christmas?
I know how you are feeling tonight. Believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet. But together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out. I've got people ringing round, but the telephone networks are overloaded. Okay. We'll find him.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit, or?
Megan. We will find him.
Oh man. So this is part of the episodic thing. This is a pretty good show, and with the different options that you have a couple of different ways to go about the whole story. Yeah, I'm impressed, and I'm really looking forward to the next episode. Hopefully they'll keep continuing doing it. There's a lot of different funny sketches in there as well, like the whole thing about the contest that they were doing. Just making sure that everything is running okay here. So yeah. I'll keep an eye on if anything is coming up with the rest. I think I'm going to call it a night for tonight. It's 12:30 here. I want to try and keep it a little. Let me turn down the background music just a little bit. Want to keep it a little on normal times. I'll be back tomorrow night. We need to figure out which game, because I was actually planning on playing this game tomorrow night as well. But it looks like I have to wait until the next episode. Oh, we actually have a little bit extra here. I think these are previews for the rest. Yeah, the final chapters. I wonder when they're coming out.
But before we go,
Oof.
one final thought.
Oof. Best is yet to come. Wait. Did CJ Jeremy? Is he alive? Oh, this could be interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episodes.